So hello everyone, nice to see you today, nice to meet you. I'm Darko Pavic, I'm co-founder of the company Fiscal Solutions. We are doing fiscalization, obviously, but what we want to do is actually to simplify things. Fiscalization itself is very complex, of course. Sometimes you get the headaches to implement it. But if we would be able to make it very simple, it would be simply great. And AI is something that really can help us to make it much easier. Today, I will explain you how AI can help you to make the fiscalization in many different countries very easy. And I will tell you something else as well. And this is a small surprise, let's say. I will tell you the story about us as a software company that decided some time ago, some months ago, to implement AI in our own portfolio. Because nobody is really telling you what does it really mean, how to do it. So basically, I will give you the short overview about main target that we had. And the main target was, of course, to develop something which is creating added value for our customers and to create additional turnover, additional income for us as a company. Sometimes that target and AI are not really that easy to balance. So we will talk about that as well. But at the end, I would really love that you have following three takeaways from this presentation. Number one, how can AI actually help you to make your fiscal life easier? Number two, what are the experiences that we as a software development company, by the way, we are doing software development since 20 years, what are experiences that we had and how can you learn out of those experiences if you want to decide and to make your own AI-based strategy? And the number three, it's a big surprise. I will make a huge announcement and I will release something very special, which is actually a huge goodie for all retailers and for software vendors to make the software fiscalization and hardware fiscalization in 27 countries very easy. So stay tuned and you will be very surprised. But first, let's define the environment. Let's check what are the retailers actually doing. If you just look around, over there for example, you will see AI all around. So everybody is talking about that. And more than 65% of the retailers are already implementing AI. Most of them are doing actually chatbots. And this is great because with chatbots you can increase the service and make it of course better. And you can help your internal employees to make their job better. But this is not the only area where the retailers are active today. Another interesting point are, for example, topics like product planning. And my favorite point is actually the last one on the slide. And these are the AI tools which are actually improving the shopping experience. And this tool is one of them, created by Microsoft, which is actually doing something very interesting. One of those features is following. There is AI, which is actually creating the summarized review based on many different product reviews from internet for the product that you are interested in. So it's absolutely great, and it's helping you to make your purchasing decision. That's why I think that this kind of the tools will change the shape how we are doing the shopping actually. So this is what retailers are doing in general, but let's get more concrete. Darko, German fashion retailer, implemented chatbots for the company inside usage, means for the employees to improve the way how they work. 7-Eleven use AI tools to improve product planning, and they were able to reduce the time needed for the product planning by 90%. 90%, unbelievable. MediaMarkt, another German retailer, they are implemented already many different chatbots for internal and external use. And let me just give you another example, Otto, and this is by the way the biggest German online shop, online store retailer. They have more than 100 AI specialists on board. These numbers are very impressive. So something is going on in the retail world, and AI is heavily influencing the changes which are happening. Fiscalization is not excluded. Fiscalization is part of that. But the question is actually, how can fiscalization benefit from the from the AI movement that we just had. In order to understand that, I will first give you a short overview about what is actually fiscalization, because some of you maybe don't know it, and I will give you an overview about the biggest and most important challenges. I have just 6 of them. So let's talk about what is actually fiscalization. Fiscalization is nothing else but a set of the tools and laws which are dictating how the retailers have to work in certain countries. They don't have an option, they have to do it like that. And the reason for that is actually to pay taxes and to report the taxes. So basically, fiscalization is a governmental way to secure the payment of the taxes, to limit, let's say, the tax fraud. But if you think it like that, then it's obvious the question there, how can AI actually help in that environment? So let's go more deep into the detail and talk about basic challenges. Why is fiscalization so complex? I have 6 major points. Point number 1. People don't know what has to be done. And to get official documents, which are legal and technical, it's very, very hard. And this leads us to the number 2. Even if you find the documents which are describing the laws, those things are actually legal and technical stuff. Nobody is telling you how the store operations have to be done. Means discounts, means voucher handlings, means sales, means returns. This is not written in the law. So you have to find another way. Then the third challenge is actually technical implementation of the fiscalization. The environment of the retailer is very complex. You have many different systems. And now there are laws which are influencing more or less all of them. It's a very complex topic. Number 4, some of the countries in the world are requiring special certification done by the government. And the most companies, retailers, and post-software vendors don't know how to do that. The certification itself is not transparent enough. Let's call it like that. Number 5, imagine the situation that retailer is opening stores in certain country, for example Germany, and now the audit is happening. The government is coming with auditors to check if everything is fine. People in the store usually don't know how to behave. They simply don't know what to do. And number 6, complexity of the tools that are forced to be used, like for example fiscal printer, is really, really high. And not only that those devices are very complex, but they are also sometimes not really logical in the way how they operate. So we have to be careful about that as well. So 6 major challenges, but all of them have one common topic in all of them, let's say, and this is missing knowledge. The retailers and post-software vendors have very smart people in their teams, for sure, but if nobody tells them what to do, the smartest guy will be simply useless because he don't know what he has to do. So we understood this challenge and we wanted to help, let's say, to make it simpler and to solve this issue. And that's why we decided to create AI. We call it Fiscal GPT, which will be like a kind of consultant, let's say, always available 24/7, helping the retailer and post-software vendor to solve all those challenges that we discussed before. You see, I'm talking about consulting. If you know us as a company, we provide also consulting services. We sell them. Now, I'm sure you have the question, if we provide now something like AI-based tool, how does it fit with our business model, let's say, to sell consultancies? Of course, you will never pay lots of money for a very expensive workshop if you can get all the information through the AI, basically for free. So this is something that I will answer in this short presentation as well, because this is very important. By the way, we decided, as I told you, to develop something which is Fiscal GPT, let's call it like that. We use OpenAI and we started developing really heavily. But then we realized very soon that the success points, the key to success of such tools is actually not the tool itself. It's the knowledge, it's the training that you provide to that AI. But you should know that if you start working with OpenAI or similar AI models, those models are empty. They are like children. So you have to teach them basics, means what is the technology in general, what are the retail processes in general, what is fiscalization in general, and then to move to the specific country that you want to explain. So it's a very complex, let's say, training that you have to provide. And all documents that we use, we had to change in a very specific OpenAI format, which is basically question and answer format. And I can tell you something very honestly, the amount of data that you need to train AI is unbelievably big. You need a ton of data to make AI really smart. Nevertheless, we decided to do that, we wanted, and we started, of course, we continued our development. So, but as always, if you develop software, you will have bugs, right? But in this case, if you are working with OpenAI, bugs are a little bit different. There are no error codes or something like that. There is something else. For example, AI is making conclusion based on, I don't know how to explain it, on nothing. So this means we provided a ton of data, and AI made conclusion based on something else. And this was totally wrong, of course. And now, don't forget, the fiscal topics are business critical. So I cannot release a product which is telling the retailer work like this in that country if I'm not sure that it's really according to the law and everything will be fine. The risk is too big. So this problem was really huge to solve, not that easy. But beside that logical problem, there are other problems as well. Like, for example, sometimes OpenAI is just repeating the answers, repeating and repeating, repeating. And this is the screen of that. So you have a loop of answers. This is really not useful at all. And then sometimes it happens that you ask the same question several times, the same question, and then you get several times different answers. And this is crazy. So you cannot be sure that the answer will be right. And you as a developer, you don't have any influence on the model itself, how it's working. So you just can supply the data. So this was not really good. But the biggest shock that we got was the following point. We realized that we have to train it with negative data as well. So it's not enough to tell AI fiscalization means set of the rules how the retailer has to work. We have to, this was absolutely needed, to tell AI fiscalization is not related to the income tax because it's making own conclusion. And in this case, you see an example, it made conclusion that income tax is belonging to the fiscalization, but this is wrong. This was really hard because this created a whole set of the new requirements that we had to follow. So basically, if I can summarize the journey about our work with AI, I can say that the biggest point is actually the training of the AI. The next even bigger point is how to maintain all those data, because data are not static, they are changing, the laws are changing, and you have to maintain it. And the biggest problem at all, this is the third one, was to validate the data. If the AI is giving you the answer that you have to work on a certain way, how to be sure that the answer is really correct and that we are not messing the businesses and increasing the risk. In order to cover that, we start developing own back office for the AI, which already increased the investment in dramatically highs. And that back office tracked the answers, of first the questions, of course, and then the answers of the AI. Then we employ the people which are checking manually each and every answer from the AI to check if it's right. If the answer was wrong, we deployed the new training for that kind of the answers. And now imagine, we are active in 27 countries. We have several thousand users. Imagine the workload that we would have if we release this kind of tools. It will kill us, because we will just have the people which are checking always, are the answers okay or not. But we did it anyway. Till something happened on the market, something very interesting. There was a new product, let's say, released called Store GPT. Store GPT is basically nothing else than ChatGPT that everybody can take for free. It's already trained with the basic data, so it's not just child, it's already adult. And you can deploy your own knowledge on top of that very easy and become very fast, very smart. These kind of tools are free of charge for everyone who is using Store GPT. it was clear for us we have to change our business model because now it's available for free. So we had to stop the development that I just explained you a couple of minutes before, and we redeveloped everything what we had on store GPTs. And that's what we have now. Now we have 27 fiscal GPTs based on store GPT for 27 different fiscal countries. So this means each of the fiscal GPTs is focused on the fiscalization of that one particular country. We used more than 400 documents, official and our own, to train the ChatGPT, basically, the AI model, and we used more than 650 news articles published by 2023 around the world for those 27 countries to make it even smarter. And today, I'm making this resource for all of you, for retailers and post-software vendors, free to use. So guys, today, I'm releasing now 27 different fiscal GPTs for 27 countries, free of charge for every one of you to use it. I think it's good. It's not just one fiscal GPT, not two, 27. So if you type on your phone ChatGPT and you log in and use the store GPT, you can now, if you like, check any of those, ask whatever you want, and I promise you, you will be very, very surprised. Okay, I think this is fine, right? Who don't like this? If you don't like it, show me. That's good. Thank you for that. Okay, but I promise you something else. I promise you also to answer the question, how do we earn money with that? Because I told you this is free and everybody can use it now, definitely, in this moment. Yes, you are right. We will not earn euro or dollars. Definitely not. But we will earn something else. It's not free of charge. We will earn your trust and your attention. And this is the currency of today. This is the new money, attention and currency. Attention is the currency and trust, of course, as well. I hope you like that, but let's continue a little bit and let's make now a small summary and let's make a 5 top learnings that we made on this crazy journey till today, till this crazy release that we just had here. 5 major learnings. First, AI changed the value of the knowledge. It's very accessible for everyone. It's totally free to enjoy. So the value of the knowledge decreased heavily. And if the companies don't see that, if companies don't accept that, they will have problems, for sure. Number 2, the first and biggest problem, if you want to implement AI tool, is actually to find the use case. It doesn't make sense to put AI in everything what you see here, but there are lots of use cases where it's really making sense. And beside that, if you decide what to do, the training is the biggest issue. This is the complexity, not the software development, okay? Number 3, commercial aspects. AI is so new that the business models are still not there. This means if you develop AI on the wrong way, you can cause and create unbelievable high costs for your company. But on the other side, you will be mostly not able to charge anything for that because the expectation of the market is free knowledge. Point number 1. So you see the problem, you create something, but the market don't want to pay that, and you have really huge costs. So this is the balance that you have to do as a company. Number 4, the question, and everybody is asking that, is AI killing the business? And this was the question that I asked on the beginning. Does it mean that our consulting business will be or will suffer actually through AI? And the answer is, politically answer is like that. AI is not killing the business, but it's absolutely heavily reshaping it. And if you don't see how do you need to reshape your business, you will have problems, I'm sure. And then number 5, and this is basically like a reason for everything else and driver for us, for everyone. Guys, if you don't do that, somebody else will do it. So it's up to you to think what you want. And now, let me finish the presentation. This is my last slide with one question that we actually, or the main question with which we started the presentation. Can AI help you in fiscalization? if you use stock GPTs free of charge with huge knowledge that we just released, I'm sure that you already know the answer. Fiscalization gets very easy if you have this kind of assistance. And please don't forget, you don't need expensive workshops. You have somebody on your side who is helping you anytime. And you have us, the company that is taking care that the data are up to date and that the fiscal model is always straight. Thank you very much, guys. Please test it. I would be very interested in your feedback.
Darko, thank you very much. It was excellent.
Thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
answered my question already. From what are you living now? If Fiscal Solution GPT is doing the work that you sold previously? No, but you
Attention and trust.
retailers need you for consulting and advisory. How to do it right in the country.
It will be my great pleasure, definitely. It's an interesting journey, to be honest. And shall I tell you one more point, what was very big shock for us, let's say? Is it okay? Can I?
Yeah.
Just a second.
Go ahead.
As we started this heavy trading, we were really disappointed because you invest lots of efforts, you create lots of documents, and then you ask the Chat GPT, or in this case Fiscal GPT, what is fiscalization in France? And you get the answer which is totally bad. And then you do following. You leave it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then you ask the same question in 2 weeks, and it answers 100%. So I was shocked. So this means this guy is able to connect everything what you provided to the AI model, of course, and to create something new very fast, but not in a second. It needs some time. And this was shock for me, let's say, because then I asked myself, what will happen in 6 months?
Yeah.
Which kind of power, intellect power, will we have if this intelligence connect all those dots that we are providing?
Well,
Unbelievable.
could make case if we stick to some human intelligence. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, question for Darko.
Please.
Question for him. But you know that he is the address if you have any doubts. What are the regulations?
Anytime,
how you do
please.
fiscalization in which Eastern European country? He's the source. Visit
Sure.
him at his stand. Thank you very much, Darko.
Thank you very much, guys. Bye.